Hey, what's up guys, Jacob here, back with another video. Know it's been a little while, but I am back, had to finish some work. And this video, I'm going to be going over the Birdie vs Nash matchup. I did this matchup video before, but I needed to update it because I feel like there's some stuff that I didn't explain that I definitely need to know, like now, you know. So, it's mainly had to do with his zoning. So his zoning is very good, you know, against Birdie, right? But there are ways to just like get in on Nash, 'cause that's what you want to do. You need to get in on Nash, and there's options, you know, to try to counter him. I'm just gonna explain, you know, mainly just how to deal with him. All right. So in last video, I talked about how, you know, you can use the bull slide to go into projectiles, and it's a good option, but you gotta know when you want to do it, because using it from, you know, too far of a distance, you know, it's not good. You know, you don't want to go under a projectile just to go under it. Problem is, a person has a lot of recovery on this projectile, so he can whiff punish you, even from good ranges when you think you're safe. Like, you really gotta know your spacing. At that range, the thing is that the reason why you got hit is because you're doing medium sight. Now I'm just going over medium sight because it's like a better option, you know, countering Birdie from long range. But you know, Nash play that's good won't always just autopilotly go into that. He'll wait and then sweep me if I'm doing it from that range, you know what I mean? Like from here, that range he can sweep me as well, instead of going for a sight, because it'll get stuffed out. If you're trying to deal with this just in general, like, you want to get the can out. That's what, you know, mainly you want to do. That always, you know, that's what I mainly do. I need to get the can down so I can at least get in. And then I'm gonna go over, like, you know, what happens after that basically. So if a Nash player is being very autopilot with his you know, his you know, what he does after, you can't punish him with the can if he's like, you know, threw something now and he got hit. Most of them might go for the forward heavy kicks sometimes. That's most of the time they trip over the can over that when I do this. It's not a bad thing to eat the projectile if you have the can down, because you need to get in, right? So if you eat the projectile, you still get in a better position, you know. It's not a bad thing. You eat the, you know, the projectile because you need to get in. So you need to do whatever it takes. Taking a projectile to the face is better than blocking for eternity and then trying to jump and then get blown up for jumping. Because that's something that you should not do against Nash with Birdie. Birdie's jump, it's just not good against Nash. I just say that. You don't want to do anything. Now I went over like the reasons why not to jump from full screen against the boom. He just has a lot of recovery, you know, from the heavy boom. It's something you have to predict. Right. So the can is the best option just to counter his zoning. You're not going to be throwing it, you know, as soon as you hope. So obviously, you know, what happens is that the can stays out, and then Nash decides what he's going to do with the can. And depending on what he does, you got to be ready for it. Alright, so if you're in a situation, you have to be ready for multiple things. You know, people are going to try to jump at that range. Certain ranges where you're going to be here, you know, and you block the projectile. You know, he might be in a neutral. You might catch a trip guard, but it's very, like, hard, you know. So, yeah. You might be able to catch a trip guard, but it's very hard to time. But that's just someone jumping a lot. But to beat that, you can easily just, you know, go for this. The thing is that if he blocks the can, he doesn't have time to punish you. Maybe with medium scythe, he can maybe walk up a little like a micro step and go into medium scythe. It's still not a safe option, that's the thing. It's a more like dangerous option for like a jump or whatever. And you're not going to be reacting with can, you know, as soon as he throws his projectile. You might see it and then throw it late, you know. So it's not, you need to get the can down because you're putting it in his mind that he needs to avoid it. And if he blocks it, you get in. So if he decides to like sit there basically after you know, you throw it or whatever, you know, you can start your neutral pressure. You have better neutral pressure against him. And what Nash's might do, it's a little like not safe on their part. But they're killing themselves. If a Nash is pressing forward light kick, and you know, just in neutral, unless if he's spacing out really well, it's very risky for a Nash player to be doing that against a Birdie player. And a lot of them, some of them do it, you know, Just because I don't know why, 'cause I think I'm gonna press a button, so they might just stick it out. If it catches me, I counter it. They get plus frames. But if they don't, it's very risky. A lot of them do it, and you're giving me my turn, and I'm Birdie. You don't want to be close to me. That's the problem. So just be ready for that. You want to get in and cause the Nash, to get nervous. You can try to air with him if you want, but that's only if you got the can down as soon as, he got it. You can air to air, you know what I mean? So, but he can kind of like do some weird stuff anti-airing wise, like he could do like jump jab, whatever, and it'll be very ambiguous. Or he would just avoid it, backdash and just block it. And back to full screen, but keep getting in on him and just keep, doing the same thing if he's gonna keep doing it. And after you condition them, most of the time, if you condition them to stop trying to throw projectile because they know that you're just trying to wait for it, they'll start like trying to jump in and throw the light kick and medium somersault. So that's when you already avoided those things. And that's not real. No, don't do that. You're basically giving him so much if you do that. That's very risky. You get a free jumping if he does that. If you do that. Say, don't do that. Alright. So, what else I wanted to go over? Oh yeah, I want to go over like if he's using other projectiles. Thing is that the bull slide is good from close, right, against a projectile. If he throws a projectile like at a certain distance, and you don't want to go for like fierce, you're just waiting for him to make a decision. It's better to wait for him to kill himself. If he's gonna play the lame game too, then you can do that. You just gotta don't be impatient, with Birdie, you know what I mean? He's not the character you want to be impatient with because you're gonna kill yourself. So, just make sure that you are, just don't be impatient with Birdie. I mean, there's certain things you do, certain situations that you have to do, but, at the same time, just be on your guard, but don't play too patient, you know what I mean? Don't just sit there, just warm, just stay in the neutral and wait for him to either make a mistake or, just keep pressuring him, basically. Like I was saying, if he, you throw a projectile, he's blocking, you go for many things, at that situation. You have to be very quick though. You have to know your timing, how much block stun that has, because a lot of times, I notice a lot of birdies don't know their timing. From the block stun, and you might get like wake up buttons. Someone might challenge you because you mistimed it. So just be very solid with that. So yeah, I mean a Nash player might do some weird, like might stick a button just to stop you, but they'll still trip over and you still be in range to hit them. So just be ready for weird stuff like that might happen. So anything to do to get close. But most of the time you're gonna be reacting a little late. Just be ready. Just be ready for any decision that he's gonna make, so you could get in on him and get him worried. You have a good anti-air to stop him from jumping in on you. Obviously, he has a good cross-up jump in. Then you gotta hold whatever he does. If he tries to do a block string into projectile, like I went over in my last video, you can bullhorn through that. Depending on which one he does, obviously. If he does EX, you can let go of bullhorn, and it has so much block stun that you still be blocking even though you let go. But if you let go, hold it again, just in case if he tries to do a heavy boom. A lot of Nashes will throw the EX and throw a light one or a heavy one after that. So just always be holding a bullhorn. You don't want to let go. Once you use bullhorn, don't just get rid of bullhorn. Hold it again. You have to use it again. That's your tool. Unless you need to use your roundhouse, then you have to work around that. But that's other stuff. That's not really like dealing with his neutral or his spacing or just his zoning game. Yeah, it's more of a zoning game. Nash's zoning game. And I know I didn't go over the chain. The reason why I didn't go over the chain, it's a good option only if you picked up the Nash's tendencies. You don't want to use chain if you haven't picked up his tendencies. In the beginning, you're not going to be throwing chain out. It's very risky. The longer you throw it from, the more time you give your opponent to jump in. And you can even walk up and jump in on the chain if someone really sees it coming. And it can be a mind game, I know. Like if let's say you getting ready to throw a chain, and he jumps in, you throw the heavy one, and then he gets caught in the air. That's the 50-50 though that you're putting on your opponent. Know what I mean? You take too long, he might just go for somersault and punish you, and then you're back to zoning you out. And when he hits you with a somersault and goes into the projectile, you have less advantage when you get up to throw a can. So you have to block the projectile. So yeah. So just saying, like, let's say you got hit, you know, and he goes like that, and you wake up, he has advantage. You can't really do anything, obviously. You don't want to attempt to do anything. You have to hold whatever's dead, and you put into a neutral situation. Some Nashes might just mainly like either poke you with crouching medium kick a little bit, try to go for forward heavy kick. Just simple things like that you have to get ready for. Those type of things you just like practice on. You just have to know when it's coming. You know, you get tendencies down when you face enough Nash. You get a tendency that they're gonna try to stick out certain buttons, and then just be ready to whiff punish. It's hard to do it like just like that, but you know, it just takes practice. So I think that's mainly it for just dealing with Nash. Just so that I just want to show you what I do literally, like, and I need to start doing this because sometimes I don't do certain things and I keep forgetting during the match that, you know, where my position needs to be, and those create ambiguous situations. Then you learn how to deal with it, you know, after you dealt with it already. So just stuff that make sure you're memorizing things too, like, you know, don't forget certain things. And I mean, I know you're not gonna have time to practice like crazy, but you know, just whatever chance you get to like practice something, try to, you know, lab it, whatever, if you lost to something weird or something you're not used to, so that you're able to adjust quickly when you run into it again. So yeah, that's it for the video. I know there's one guy that asked for the Bison versus Jury matchup. I'm sorry, I know it's been a very long time, you know, I haven't made the video since that comment. So I know the problem is that I'm not experienced in that matchup, with Bison. I know Jury with Birdie, but I don't know Bison with Jury. I just don't know what Juries are thinking when they face Bison, or what counters they have against Bison. I only know offense, like, oh, this new string. That's all I know. I don't know like freaking like specific things. I know like tendencies that Juries have just in general, and how to counter them with Bison, but it's not enough to make a whole matchup video to explain like what you should be thinking about, you know, in neutral and stuff. So yeah, so for that guy, just let me know, you know, and that, you know, you saw it or you understand. So just give me a little more time. I'm gonna make the video. I'm gonna look for a Jury player now and just try to just figure things out and get that matchup video for you. So please don't kill me about it. And with that, that is it for this video. I'm sorry I talked the ears out for so long. Hope you guys appreciate it though. And with that, I am out. Goodbye.